like a four.
Teeth again.
Yeah, teeth again.
But it's as well how the note starts. Does it go?
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. We're trying to figure out the attack on the top of the cornet.
Yeah, because sort of like I'm thinking about the embouchure. So the notes have to have a bit of that burst,
A bit of an explosiveness,
and then
but not. But it's finding how the. So that's the start of each breath.
Mm-hmm. And the notes typically will be strong and then have a nice little vibrato. I think we should try and record it.
Think so?
Yeah.
I'll keep my mouth in this shape. Well now, okay. Back in Bristol with Gaz Williams, back in the studio,
Yep.
and gonna get our teeth into some more singing and
Popping.
parping. Yeah, we've got a plan today to approach some kind of colliery band thing that we've worked on for one track already. And I've been listening to a whole bunch of music.
Colliery band music.
Colliery band
Fair
music.
play.
Yeah.
That's dedication to the
Well,
art.
what else are you going to do on a Thursday morning? First thing on a Thursday morning. So yeah, just kind of listening to the intonations of the instruments and how they're played, and then wondering how we can kind of emulate that, I guess.
Yeah, because I guess we're trying to strike this kind of balance between emulating actual instruments, but just by using your voice. But it's like the comedy or the parody aspect of it is always there lurking. So it's trying to find that balance where it's kind of pleasing musically and not comical.
And we're not actually trying to totally, the voice isn't trying to be this instrument. What it's doing is it's taking the way that the musical space that instrument would take up and see how the voice can inhabit that. That's what we're trying to do. Mm-hmm. And we were discussing when I got here about this line that we're going to have to this kind of tightrope of serving because the old folk melodies are they're quite repetitive, but there's an inherent beauty in the melodies. That's why I love these songs anyway. So you don't want to be doing stuff that's going to take away from that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, investigating what you can put into that space.
Right, and the melodies absolutely suggest what the underlying chords should be. So by trying to resist the pressure
of hitting the obvious
thing, that's quite a challenge in a way, because it also, people who are listening to it may be kind of craving for the music to kind of be a bit more conventional. So that's another challenge.
And the idea of that because it's an all vocal recording, when you say that to people, it's an a cappella thing, it's all voice, there is a certain expectation of the treatment, how it will sound, and we are actively trying to kind of sidestep that and come around the side of it somehow and do something that's more interesting, but that doesn't really draw too much attention to itself either. So it is a really
it's a balancing act, as you say. And also one thing we haven't really done that much yet is get really into the mixing side of things as well. So if parts are still a bit loud, because if we're working on them and editing them, they may be overly loud for the editing process, and then if you run off a rough mix with everything a bit kind of loud than they should be, and you listen to that, you kind of think, oh, this is kind of wrong. But actually, when you tuck everything into the right place, and we've done this a little bit in the last session, haven't we? Yeah. Bringing things down a little bit, and they find the proper place.
In the last session, which I didn't record any of the last session, there wasn't. I did do some vocal takes, but a lot of what we did was just trying to get mixes of one or two tracks in particular, wasn't it? And trying to write that balance of the melody still wants to be the thing that's carrying you through, but.
And I think as much as it's a melody, it's also the narrative, the lyrics. They're all in all of the songs are story songs essentially, aren't they? Yeah. Where the diction of every word needs to be clear, and so nothing compromises the story, or the listener's ability to kind of hear the story. So that's something I think that's super important, maybe more so than the musical, convention, so making sure that the lead vocal is always framed so you can absolutely understand every single word.
Yeah. The thing I'm enjoying most about this process, I think, is that it has really made me rethink the structure for somebody who's been writing songs for since I was a teenager or whatever, taking these songs and trying to rethink structures, rethink the way I've approached songwriting and production of songs, with all the covers I do and everything like that. It's always like, we're trying to add our own twist to it, but at the same time, you're still using this within certain conventions. So and I think as well, that's why when I started this, it was like, we can't really put a time limit on this, because I like deadlines. I like say, right, this is going to be ready at this, so that you can plan. But with what we're doing, there is an element of of feeling our way around in the dark and trying stuff out.
But it is funny, isn't it?
And move a bit forward into
So what is kind of interesting, I think, though, is that when we start getting closer to what it should be, we sort of know. It's like, this is kind of right now, or this is getting there. But we don't know what that is. We don't know what that is at the start of the project. So it's quite an interesting process as it's starting to reveal itself. This beast that we've made.
There is an element of that where it does feel like sometimes the songs start to reveal themselves after whichever approach we take. And there is, we have done plenty of stuff where it's like, no, tell you what, let's move sideways from that idea, because it is either sounding too comedy, or it's just wrong, without being funny, which is worse.
Wrong and not funny. But I think this is the thing, trying to do what is ostensibly a groundbreaking piece of work. If we were to compare this to existing music in the Irish kind of folk canon, for instance, we would kind of see the error of our ways in a way. We haven't got prototypes of things to aim this. We are, like you say, we are just kind of sort of shooting in the dark a little bit. But when we're finding the results, that it's making it all kind of worthwhile, isn't it?
Yeah. So today we got a plan. We're going to approach a couple of songs. We'll do a little bit of recording of how things go today, and see how it works out. Maybe might play a bit of the mix or whatever. Like I said, I didn't do any last time, because last time we just kind of dove straight into it, and I didn't think about setting up the camera at all. It's just like we just got
loads to do, didn't we?
And we got deep. We were waist deep in however you want to describe it in my voice. Like random noises and stuff. So anyway, okay, let's get on with it.
Let's do it.